few months now. I don't remember the last video I uploaded, but with the depressive episodes comes all of the overthinking, just not feeling like doing anything, not feeling motivated to do, well, anything. Getting out of bed and going to work took up a good part of my energy, and any energy I did have left over I used to try to keep my home clean. In like my previous clips, you'll notice my house isn't that clean, but you know what? I noticed when I watch other YouTubers, like popular YouTubers and just other people in general, everything is in its place, nice and neat. But I suppose when this is your job, you do need it to look a certain way. It does have to be aesthetic. It does have to draw people in, so that way, you know, you get views, you get paid. But for me, this is a hobby. And with this hobby, I kind of want to document my life journey. I feel like I wasn't sure what I wanted my channel to be. I know I made a video about it where I said I just wanted to focus on a few different things, but I just felt like I was doing too much still, like I still wasn't focused on anything in particular, which turns out when you have no direction, it's hard to make content or feel motivated to do anything, because I'm just all over the place. And being in a depressive episode, well, I do have bipolar disorder, so I have like ups and downs. So when I'm down, I don't do anything. When I'm up, I have so much anxiety and my brain is moving so fast that it's hard for me to get my thoughts in order. So I end up just not doing anything. Like my body shuts down. That's how my body responds to anxiety. My nervous system is overwhelmed, so the best thing my body can do for me at the time is to just shut down, which, fair. But what I really want to do, my main focus, really the only thing I'm going to be focused on, is just documenting me getting my life back together. Well, I feel like it never really was together, honestly. I feel like there's never been a point in my life where I can look back and I'm like, yeah, I felt like I had it together. Not to say that anyone ever really does have it together, like we're always constantly changing, that's just kind of the human thing to do, but I'm not centered. I just know that there's a lot of things I need to be doing better for myself that I always tell myself to work on, and then I don't. For example, I have a weight loss journey on here. Have I been working my weight loss? No. I just, again, being in a depressive state, it's hard to focus on doing anything, and I'm trying to work through it. Like I said, I was trying to focus on weight loss. It's just hard to focus on anything. So I'm trying to give myself a focus and an outlet as well. So my focus is working to get my life in order to what I envision it to be. Anyway, I just need an outlet, I realized, because I just have so much going on inside my head and I don't really have anyone to talk to. And I know people say, like, go to therapy, but honestly, I technically do have a therapist, but I can't afford her at the moment, which is another thing I want to work on, is my finances, which suck. And I actually had this weird thing where I didn't realize how bad my finances were until I started talking to my friends and realizing the situation I'm in is not normal, or it's not usual for someone in my kind of position. So that's something I'll be working on my weight loss, working on my finances, working on my social life, which it's just, when you are in this depressive state, it's, like I said, hard to do anything. So I just feel like the ultimate goal is to work through my depressive episode, which typically in the past, well, honestly in the past, they've lasted years at a time. Lately, it's been a few months at a time or a month at a time, so I know that currently my depression is based off of my financial situation. Obviously, having financial issues makes you stressed, depressed, etc. So I'm trying to work through that. So essentially I just have things I want to work through, but I do want to document it. Like I said, I just need an outlet because I can't keep holding on to things. It's not healthy and it's making things worse. And I just keep saying to myself, I wish I had somebody to talk to about this. And I'll just make these videos, put it onto the ether, and then whoever watches it does. And if you resonate, that's great. But really, I just need to get a lot of things off my chest because I just simply cannot hold on to anything any longer or I will implode. Anyway, so that is where I'll be going from here. So I can't say I'll be posting regularly, but my goal is to post like once a week, just to have my weekly updates. For my own sake, like I said, I just need to vent, so it's really just a video diary. I mean, that's why it's called a vlog. It's a video blog. So that is where I'm at now. But that is the plan. This is just my place to vent. If you want to watch, thank you. If you don't, I get it. Who wants to watch some random girl vent on the internet? Anyway, today is Saturday. All this week, it's been sunny and warm and beautiful and just great. And of course, the one day I want to go outside and do stuff, it's gray, rainy. It's not cold. It's like 57 degrees. So it's not cold, but like this past week has been 80 every day and sunny. But I've been at work. It's always nice weather when you're at work. And that's annoying. But today I'm going trout fishing with my dad. And we get in the water, so we have, it's called waders. So it's just like an overall suit that, and some boots that helps you walk through the water so you're not floating away. And then you go in the water, fish for trout. So that's where I'm headed now. It's 9:47 in the morning. We're trying to leave out at 10. So I'm just headed to his home now, and then we'll go from there. And hopefully we catch something today. I will catch up later, let you know if I caught anything. And yeah, we'll just go from there. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for allowing me to vent. Just putting it out there now. I don't know how this journey will go, but you know, when you're working through mental illness, it can go any type of way, any kind of day. So yeah, I'll see you later. Happy Sunday. It's actually the end of the day. Well, it's 7 o'clock. It's almost my end of the day because I usually go to sleep at 9:30, like between 9:30 and 10 on Sundays, or all work days, because I wake up around 6 and I am trying to get back into my morning workouts. I haven't been to the gym in a month, I think, due to pain, exhaustion, etc. I didn't want to catch up. I didn't catch up yesterday because I went fishing, trout fishing with my dad, which was very enjoyable. However, there's been a lot of rain recently, so the place we go to, the water was super high, like a lot higher than it was last year, and it was very fast. So we didn't have any luck catching anything. I almost caught one, and I was reeling. It was super heavy. I was gonna be so excited to pull it out, but as soon as I was about to pull it out the water, it hopped off my hook. And I was very distraught because that was the only bite I got that day. I didn't even get nibbles from the little fish. That was literally the only bite I got over the course of like 4 hours. What did happen to me though was I got kind of like low-level hypothermia. And that's the best way I can describe it, because we went to a spot that last year when I caught my trout, it was under this bridge. And again, the water was lower last year. So we walked under the bridge, but there was this like little step off and we just didn't realize how deep it was. So I kind of took a step and it just went into my waders. So I got water on my clothes. So I got into my waders, on my clothes, and I was just all sloshy and gross. But I didn't feel cold initially, so I stayed in the water a little bit longer, maybe like 15 minutes, not that long. And then my dad was like, "Are you okay? Are you sure you're feeling okay?" I was like, "You know what? I am kind of chilly." So we weren't catching anything anyway, so we got out. And then I took off my waders and my boots, and I didn't realize just how wet I was. And my dad turned the car on, super high heat, and then for the next like 2 to 3 hours, I was just cold. Like I just could not warm up. I was shivering. I drove to my parents' house so my dad could take us from there because he lives closer to where we usually go. So I changed my clothes there. I stayed there for a little while, put my clothes in the dryer. I sat in my mom's my parents each have their own entertainment room. So my dad has his own entertainment room. My mom has hers. So I sat in my mom's room and she has a fireplace and a little couch that reclines, and my knee started hurting because I think I mentioned I have chronic pain because my knee, so I was in a car accident a while ago and there's a part of my knee that doesn't have cartilage, so it does hurt sometimes. So it did start to hurt quite a bit, and as you can imagine, walking through water, you're more buoyant because the water is supporting a lot of your weight, and then you get out and your body is super heavy. So I'm sure it had started hurting a while ago, but I just hadn't noticed. But I was in pain, I was super cold, so I stayed there for a little while to get warmed up. I was under blankets, I had the heat on, I had heat on my knee, which also helped warm up my body. And then I had some hot and sour soup so I could warm myself from the inside. I took a hot shower. So after a few hours, I did finally warm up. I wasn't fully warm, but I was good enough to leave because I was going to my friend's house afterwards. So I told my friends what happened and they were super concerned. So I went over there and then my friend was like, "I'm so sorry you fell in the water, but I turned up the heat in the house and I got you a blanket." And there are times where I feel like I'm all alone because mental illness just makes you feel that way. But I realized I have a lot of people in my life who genuinely care about me, and those friends are those people. Like, I've known them for so long, and no matter what's happened throughout my time knowing them, any injuries, any mental health, they've always been there for me, and I'm extremely grateful for them. So we just usually go to his house and just hang out, talk, catch up, whatever. So he had turned up the heat a little bit for me. I sat under a blanket. So by the time I left his house, which was around 10:30 last night, I was actually warm. Like, I could feel my body had regulated its temperature, so I felt a lot better. So that was yesterday. Very interesting kind of day, but that is me catching you up on life. I may check in later, but if not, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I know this is probably a really boring video, but if you did watch it, I greatly appreciate you. And like I said, this is just me documenting my life, just a visual diary. I used to, like, if you look at my channel, there's a lot of random videos. Well, it feels random to me. It's like I keep starting things but not following through because I kept trying to please the algorithm. I kept thinking, like, I need to make sure my videos are curated like all the other YouTubers. I need to get myself out there. But then I realized why I'm actually doing this. It's literally just for me to show where I'm at now, and then later on I can look back and be like, wow, look at how far I've come. And just making like a little community maybe of those of us who are just kind of out here living our really regular lives, because there's a lot of YouTubers who are living very not regular lives. Well, doesn't feel regular to me because I don't live it. They're going to award shows and traveling all the time, and they have these really expensive cars and homes and clothes, and they're shopping all the time, and that's great for them. I'm happy for them. They've worked hard for what they've gotten, but that doesn't really resonate with me. So I like watching people who they're just living regular life. So maybe we can like bond over that. Just a couple of regulars living regular life. If you're interested in staying here with me. So if you do, I appreciate you. Like I said, I may or may not check in later, but I do appreciate you watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end, and I will see you next time. And like I said, hopefully we can make a community together, be buddies on the internet. All right, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Bye.